Hello everybody, I'm here with Jersey again, all nice and clean from the last episode's bath. And today we're going to show you how to shop for supplies for your Boston Terrier. That's my cat, Normal. Okay, so Boston Terriers, I started out with food bowls. So food bowls are an important part in your Boston Terrier's home supplies. They need food bowls. So I have a stainless steel one that I bought from Petco. It has two stainless steel bowls with rubber attachments so they don't make a lot of noise, and it comes with a little stand, and it works really well because Boston Terriers tend to get a spine disease because they're so short and their necks can be short that it'll hurt them if they bend over. So I like to use a stand with my food bowls. So then we move on to collars and leashes. So when buying a collar and a leash, you have to think what your dog's size is and how crazy or how much they want to run. If they run a lot, you want a heavy-duty leash. If they just stroll beside you, a lighter leash is better. So for days when we don't go out on a run, we use this one that my grandma made me. It's a fabric lead. You can get them at stores, but it's probably 2 feet long, so it's not that long, and it's good for just walking around, the neighborhood. So then I have this heavy-duty leash. It has a very big clip, and it's pretty long. It's about 6 feet long, and it's been to the beach, it's been on hikes, it's been on runs, bike rides. It's pretty much good for anything. It's from Premier Dog Supplies. It's a good leash. It's a good heavy-duty leash for energized dogs. And then on to collars. I have 2 types of collars here with me. I have the clip collar and the buckle collar. I personally like the clip collar better, because if your dog wears a buckle collar for too long, it does this. The holes start to get big and worn out, and then this little metal part that holds it together slips out and your dog can get out. So if you have a really energized dog that pulls on the leash, like when you're on a walk or anything like that, I would say get a clip collar. They're stronger, and I prefer them over the other colors. So let's put that back on her real quick here, just a minute. There we go. Okay, back on. So then I have, a lot of pet owners don't like to have their dogs by the collar when they're on a walk because it can cause, the dogs to be uncomfortable and stuff like that, and I agree with that. Because you don't want to choke your dog if they're really energetic and they just keep pulling on the leash. So if you have a puller, I would recommend a harness. They're pretty good for energetic dogs because the way that a harness will fit is here. Just a minute, let me put her on Jersey. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good dog. Okay. Alright, come here. So, you see how that fits, Jersey? See how that fits on her? Sit, Jersey. Come on. It goes over her chest, under her legs, and it comes back up in the middle. So it's really good, see, because when I pull on it, it just hits her chest, and it doesn't choke her like a collar would. So, I would prefer that for energetic dogs. Here, Jersey, come. Bed. So next is I have some jackets. You don't necessarily have to have a jacket for your dog, but my dog, she goes outside in the winter a lot, so I like to have a jacket for her. Sit. I like to have a jacket for her for in the wintertime. So this is a medium-sized jacket. That's a thing that you have to keep in mind when you're buying a jacket or a collar or a harness for your dog, is their size. Boston Terriers tend to be medium-sized, so I would recommend medium. This is from Pup Crew. It's just a cute little pink and gray jacket. It fits over the neck, so it straps over the neck right here and around the body. It has a nice little convenient collar loop, and we wear this one a lot. And then there's this one. It's leather. I'm not sure what brand this is. The tags were removed. It again has that handy little collar slit. And it is a little heavier than this coat, so I would prefer this one during snowy. So if you're going to take your dog out in the snow, I would get a 2-layer coat. Then I move on to treats. So for basic rewards for Boston Terrier, I pick Flavor Snacks by Milk-Bone. I think these are small size, and they're pretty good size for Boston Terriers. I mean, it fits in my hand, but it's enough for them. So then I have this rawhide shoe, this rawhide twist thing. This is good for them, you know. Jersey doesn't chew on hers a lot. She only chews on hers when she's bored. And so don't be afraid if they don't chew on it all the time. I mean, like these little heartfuls from Purina. She chews on these all the time. But these are another good source of food for like road trips and stuff like that. If you don't want to stop and feed them, you know, get them a high quality bone for them to chew on. I move on to bathing supplies, and these are some of the stuff that we used in our How to Wash Boston Terriers episode. So here's a bag. This is our bath bag that we keep our bath stuff in. We have dental kit, some shampoos, a cup, a brush, some sprays. You know, we have this dog towel, which is all some good things to get if you don't want to use, you know, your own towel. And then if your dog is rambunctious in the bath, I would suggest getting like floating toys or something to either keep them distracted or give them something to look at and play with during the bath if they can't handle just being in the bath. So then I have toys. We have Boston Terriers. They have that short little muzzle, right? Yeah, so they prefer soft toys. All of my bosses have like soft toys. The hard rubber toys, they don't tend to play with, but the soft toys are nice for multiple Boston Terriers, you know, to play with and wrestle with and stuff like that. So I have this little cheetah thing that she likes, and they have squeakers in them, you know, they like noise. So just got these for toys. And then last of all, we have the bed that Jersey's in. We have a plush bed that we got from Petco quite a few years ago when we got Jersey. She's 5, so this is about 5 years old. And then, but it's held out pretty well. It's nice and puffy. You know, she liked it as a puppy. She drags it around the house now, which is pretty cool. But then I get a thin blanket to cover them up with at night. And then, last but not least, I have a kennel. So, a lot of people say that kenneling the dog is cruel. Like, it's like putting them in a cage. But actually, it's been proven that dogs like kennels better because it's like a den for them. It's like a place where they can go and it's just theirs. As long as you don't associate the kennel with in trouble and time out, they will learn to love their kennel. Jersey loves her kennel. And, you know, you can put them in there at night if you don't want them waking you up. It's very nice for, you know, if you're going to be gone, you can put them in there. But she prefers to go in there at nighttime, and we close it up and we let her sleep in there. Sometimes when she's bored, she'll come up here on her own. This is about a medium-sized crate from Zamzows. It has these nifty little hinges here. We put a pillow in the bottom. So that way, because it's just a hard little base at the bottom, and her bed is lost fluffing over the years. So I just put a little thing in there. And there's also some kits that you can get that have bowls that hang off the side. So if you're going to be gone for a long time and you have puppies or something and you just want to put them in here, those bowls that hang on the side of kennels are an option. We don't have them out right now, but we have them. So this has been supplies for your Boston Terrier. A lot of this stuff I could get at Petco. You know, you could get it at Zamzows, other pet stores. But so that was how to buy supplies for your Boston Terrier. See you next time.